I sure hope I didn't need that for anything else. No, that's literally the only thing I needed it for. Okay. Alright, so I didn't just screw myself over. Good. Wait. Can I just empty the contents like this? Did I not do it right? You mean to tell me that the whole reason that this thing wasn't working is because I made the vat too big? I was supposed to give it one layer to get it to actually do something. Are you actually kidding me? So let me get this straight. You mean to tell me that the reason this thing refused to work is because I placed 18 steel chemical vats instead of 9? You mean to tell me that my default instinct to make it as big and good as I possibly can is the entire reason for my hindrance? Because I was supposed to... Here's the thing, it doesn't even... Look at this. 1, 2, at most, it places 2 layers at once. Like, look at how big and wide it is. You would think I would need at least 2 or 3 layers for this to work. But no, it asks for... I can't even begin to describe my frustration right now. Because I did everything it was telling me to do. And you're gonna tell me the main reason why this was such a pain in the ass is because I needed 9 instead of 18. Ugh. Oh my god, that's annoying. Look, I'm just glad it worked, but this did not need to happen. I get it if it needs to be specific because of realism and whatnot, like, I totally get it. And factories and everything, they work in different ways. But if you're gonna have me have 1 layer of a multi-block structure that essentially works the same if there's a second layer added to it, how are you going to expect me to realize I needed 1 layer instead of 2? Oh. How much you want to bet that I would only need 1 layer for the electrodes, too? Like, the fucking example doesn't show it as being narrow. It's, like, big and wide. Finally, we're 1 step closer. Did I bring this up yet? I actually have this mod pack here that allows us to keep track of what we need to do next. Yeah, I have this. And this was actually from the same video that as the guide that Blue made that was really helpful. So that's really cool. Alright! Now we're finally getting somewhere. Polarizer. Oh, right. I can't have the, Okay, let me... Can't have these goggles on at the same time. Okay, there we go. So power generated 12.1 kilowatts. Voltage generated 255 volts. So how does this work? Alright, let's see if I can get this to work. Aha! So, basically the way these work is these bulbs glow brighter the more power they're receiving. Oh! Okay, it's telling us what it's receiving. Okay. So, that's receiving 255 volts. That's receiving 85, that's receiving 85, that's receiving 85. So, it can resist 100 ohms. That can resist 300. Wait, is that powered? Okay, so magnets are used for electric gauges, electric pump. Oh, and for a stator. It doesn't really tell me what a stator does. Okay, so we don't really have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about this polarizer for now. But it definitely does work. Booyakasha! Okay. This transformer, the way it works, if I recall, is... Okay, I had to do a bit of... had to have a bit of help with math on this one. I'm not sure if this is right, but it says you would create one coil with 1,000 spins and a second coil with 200 spins. When configured as a step-down transformer, input to the 1,000 spin coil, output from the 200 spin coil, it will provide the required 5 amps. So, let's see if this works. Wait. It's doing something, I think. I got a magnet! Cool! Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there. Alright, cool, I got that set up. Now we just have to worry about this. Apparently these, steel cable hubs act like gearboxes, like in the original Create. So that gives some familiarity with how I'm using them. I just have to make sure I have the right voltage. If I end up blowing these up, I'll just have to have them replaced. Okay, let's see how this works. I place that there. So, I think it said I need to spin it for 1,000 on one side and 200 on the other. Alright, ladies and gents. Oh my god. I cannot tell you the hell I went through last night. It's the next day, it's 9 a.m., the 5th of September. I had to understand what in the hell I was doing. So what happened was, I realized that working with electricity is actually a lot trickier and a lot more confusing, even if somewhat simplified, than I ever could have imagined. So I learned about 2 new items that might be able to be of significant use: the stator and the rotor. I kept seeing mention of a large generator, and I was trying to figure out what that was. Apparently, the large generator is the stators and rotor. And the stators and rotor can provide a lot more power, especially to like a generator like this. But to make it, it requires a particular recipe. We're going to start with the stator. Electromagnetic coils, aluminum plates, copper wire, steel block, and a magnet, and that gives us 3 stators. Oh, god. Okay. Yeah, that's manageable. That's definitely manageable. Also, I ran into an issue that I'm kind of afraid would happen again, but I'm hoping it's not going to. That issue being, I actually had to switch this up from the reinforced motor to the actual, like, power system, because when I broke a reinforced motor, it caused this severe, it caused this extremely severe issue where it had waiting for server tick lag. Waiting for server tick lag. And I literally could not do anything about it. I was lucky I had a backup of the world from this afternoon. And I had to pray to the gods that I didn't do whatever I did. Does it have to have... Maybe that's just like the default and it can like use anything. So I guess I'll use you. Now, I have to make sure that this is actually properly put together. So we're actually getting places in this episode, but oh my god, I did not think it would be this complicated. I knew it was going to be advanced and everything, but I did not think it was going to be this tricky to deal with. Oh, of course you're going to use 9 amps. Wait. Oh, that didn't take very long. Okay. All right, cool. So this little meter here tells us how long it's gonna take. Kind of like how an elevator tells you when it's gonna reach the next floor. Oh yeah, I also had this made. A diode. All it takes is aluminum and silicon ingot. I do have aluminum from immersive engineering, so that's not a problem. Although I do have that... I completely forgot about that chest full of bauxite dust that was supposed to be turned into aluminum. Oh god. Well, at least I remember it now. So real quick, I just learned a really valuable little tip. If I double right-click on any ultimate bin, I can just instantly transfer all of the same item into it, so I don't have to like keep swapping between the hotbar and the main inventory. Alright everyone. I have been looking into this quite a bit, and I've actually managed to get rid of a huge lag spike that was caused by that large farm of water wheels that I've had in the background. Apparently that was causing a lot of lag, but with it gone, everything else works fine. Ladies and gents, I have found another couple of mods that may actually be a real game changer. I had never heard of this mod before, but I had to try it out. It's called Petrol's Parts, and basically it adds some very unique kinds of gears and shafts and things like that. There's the coaxial cogwheel, the planetary gear set, the large coaxial cogwheel, the colossal cogwheel, the differential, the pneumatic tube, the double cardan shaft, and the hydraulic transmission. These basically make dealing with gears and everything in Create overall like 100 times easier. This right here might be my new best friend. This is the pneumatic tube. Now the way this works is you basically place the tube at the end of like near a conveyor and you put like a funnel near it. This thing can take an item into any angle, I'm pretty sure. I kind of want to give it a try. So we need dried kelp, we have a lot of that. Precision mechanism and wait, what was that? What was the other one? Oh yeah, there's also this. Double cardan shaft. These basically allow a very easy turning of an angle. You joints to rotate. Ooh. Now, that's gonna come in handy. Now, coaxial cogwheels, interestingly enough, they basically make it so you have a cogwheel with a hole in it. And the shaft that goes through it can actually turn in the opposite direction. So the gear could turn clockwise, the shaft can turn counterclockwise. That's cool. Planetary gear set. I'm not sure entirely what this one does. They connect almost identically to large cogwheels. Press Q to learn more about these. As the shaft of a planetary gear set rotates twice as fast, the shaft of a planetary gear set rotates twice as fast, and in the opposite direction to the teeth. Oh, okay. And then we have the differential. What is this? Differentials rotate at the average speed of their 2 input shafts. When connected to a small cog, this is effectively summing the 2 speeds. Oh, okay. Shafts spinning in the opposite direction are treated like negative numbers. Oh, okay. That's cool. While connected to two shafts, the differential only transfers the stress to the large cogwheel through one. The lit up side transfers stress. Okay, let's take a look at this pneumatic tube. Place 2 pneumatic tube blocks and use a few more to connect them. See, look at that! How cool is that? What's that? Anti casing. If either or both ends are given rotational power, pneumatic tubes can move items between inventories a stack at a time. And given that I like to have a lot of fast speed, you bet your ass that's gonna come in handy a lot. Oh, they can be filtered on... This is gonna be my new best friend. That is so cool and so satisfying. If the output end has no connected inventory, it will shoot the items out. Oh! The direction of transport can be inverted as long as the tube is empty. Ooh. Oh, that makes me very happy. I know I've been adding a couple mods the past couple times this last episode. Why is... Okay, something's going on here. You know what? This is actually a perfect opportunity, because I was thinking, how am I going to move all these, Okay, so disconnecting that seemed to have done the trick. So I'm wondering, is it something I connected? Something's going wrong. Wait. Now it's fine. Okay, that was weird. But it works now, so hey, whatever. Hey! Yeah! You got it! Ladies and gentlemen, we have our rotor and stators. Now all we have to do is set it up. 1, 2. So the video guide once again told me how this kind of works. And I'm really hoping I can get this working, because I think out of all the things I've been stuck on the most, these have to be it. I finally fucking got it working. Please tell me it's going for... It's working for all 3. Oh, I could not be happier. I could not be happier. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. What was the recipe for this again? You get a coated circuit board. Oh my god. Oh, this is a lot of steps. So I looked this up, right? This thing has infinite reach, even across dimensions. This is oh my god. Maybe I don't even need the fucking, I mean, I guess I could still use the pneumatic tubing, but maybe for the most part I don't need it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I may have just found me a game changer, guys. So we've got pneumatic tubes and we've got item transmitter. The other thing I was actually looking at is energy transmitter. Now these things are, oh shit. Oh no. Oh, that's gonna be, we're gonna need a lot of ender pearls. So energy transmitters basically, you hook it up to a rotation, and then you hook it up to another rotation like a fair distance away. I think these might have infinite range, I'm not sure. But if they do, then goddamn, that could save on a lot of resources. Oh, by the way, I found out about an annoying little bug. If I break an industrial mixer, and I try to place it back and I try to put the industrial blade in it, it experiences like a ghost block bug where the block is destroyed, but it doesn't register it as something I can actually put the blade inside of. Like, it won't go back in. And I have to, like, close the game entirely and reopen it to get it to work. Also, slight problem. We don't have enough naphtha, if that's how you pronounce it, to actually, make 3 plastic sheets. So I'm gonna have to go out there and find some more crude oil. So, hold on to your butts, folks. Things are gonna get interesting. Alright, so this thing is these things are going to help me find where oil is located. I had to put down a surface scanner. The machine show top 5x5 grid shows that the surrounding chunks with the chunk in the center. The chunks that have at least one oil deposit in them should glow. If the surface does not stop to glow within a few seconds, then it is likely there are no oil deposits nearby. Where there's oil deposits, there's usually oil itself. And that's where this comes in. Real quick, I found out about something called a personal barrel when I was, like, trying to figure out how I would deal with some of these things, like finding osmium or whatever. Like, I know I keep getting sidetracked, and I do apologize. I just had to find out about this. A 54-slot barrel that can be opened anywhere, even from your own inventory. This might actually come in handy. Because... can they stack? No, but that's okay. These basically would kind of act like the satchel... Oh yeah, mine, all mine. These would kind of act like the satchel that I had before. Now, I now own it. 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 Ooh. This could actually really come in handy. Because, so this could actually be really useful for putting items of certain categories in here, which would allow me to, kind of organize what I'm doing. I almost forgot to mention, I got something called the Create Mechanical Extruder, and this basically allows me to create cobblestone very easily and very quickly. You just have to put in lava on one side, water on the other, and it infinitely makes it. It didn't display if it, like... I don't think it actually consumes lava or water, you just have to place a block of it down. I decided to resort to finding Endermen myself, and having them on the entity tracker actually very handily tells me where they die. Hey, come back here. This is actually really handy. Why are you all being difficult? See? I guess I can farm ender pearls without having to rely on a fucking incomplete reactor. But now we have it. No, wrong button. Haha! This is gonna help me, oh crap, I gotta make a second one. This is gonna help me find, oil, because I have to have rotational power wherever I go to use that surface scanner. Okay, so I have this set up for rotational power. So I think the way this works is so this is set to 1. So I think I just have to type in the same block name as this one, and it'll bring in rotational power. Now to see if it's actually gonna work. Oh, it actually works! Oh, this is a lifesaver, oh my god. 3 chunks with oil deposits found. Cool! Oh, that's awesome! That's gonna come in handy. Okay, I see. So it's like, is procedurally the right word? It's like getting closer and closer. So if I move back one chunk, I guess I'm in the middle. Okay, I seem to be right. It seems to be right around here. Aha! Jeez, how much oil is in this thing? It's still going! Oh my god! Is this thing just infinite? Or is it just really, really big? Well, whatever the case, this one thing might give me more than enough for a lot of recipes. Oh my god, it's still going! You know... Oh. Oh, no, it's still going. I'm starting to think this thing actually is infinite. Either that or it just has way more than 352 buckets worth of oil. Holy crap. Or maybe it's because I used a heavy, big pump jack instead of the regular one. It's still climbing. Wait, I just clicked on it. Oh my god, maybe I don't need a fluid transporter. Holy crap. Even if it eventually runs out, that's more than enough. Oh yeah, I've got a good setup here. It filled back up again! Holy crap, is this thing infinite or is it, like... Dear God! Even if it runs out at this point, there's a lot I can put into this. Wait, I get molten plastic instantly? What? Alright, we're finally making progress. At long last. Aha! Aha! And now, we just run it... Now we just run it through this. And then... Wait, how many do I need to make a fireproof block? A lot. I'm going to need a lot. Oh no. Oh my god! Oh, oh, you've got to be shitting me. And this, my friends, goes into the fireproof chemical vat. At long last. You'd think there would have been an achievement for it. Well, let's get the rest of them. Whoa, 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 what in the hell is going on here? That ain't normal. Victory is mine at last! Minus the weird texture glitch. Oh, as it turns out, this is the only thing that can make silicon ingots, so I guess I'll keep the setup. You know what I should do? As part of the next episode? Unless I do it off screen. What I want to do is I want to try and, like, showcase revamping some systems here. Because I've been adding a couple mods lately that you know, they understandably have very expensive but very efficient methods and blocks and items that I can mess with. There's some things I've been wanting to revamp, some things I want to, like, add in for convenience. I mean, look at this boiler. This could be simplified just with, this could be simplified just with a simple, set of blaze burners and blaze cakes. I began this series in September, and I've come a long way since then. I want to take a look at everything and see if there's any improvements I can make. And don't you guys worry, this modded series is far, far from over, because we have a lot to explore. There's an entire world out there. But I did state before that while I did do things like keep the mode on peaceful, I do occasionally turn it on easy because I do have to get certain things. Admittedly, part of me was kind of afraid to, like, go on easy because I didn't want there to be, you know, I didn't want there to be any mobs that would, like, mess everything up, and I had to have keep inventory turned on, especially with that stupid deep slate uraninite that kept fucking me over, because as soon as I get radiation, I can't do anything about it. It just, I even tried milk. It wouldn't go away. So maybe that can be one of the tasks that I try to set up the mechanism system to where I can get the radiation shielding unit. Alright, before we end this episode, I want to, like, clarify this once and for all to just get it off my shoulders. So, radiation shielding unit, HDPE sheet, HDPE pellet, which is made from liquid ethylene, oxygen, and substrate. Okay. Substrate is made from biofuels, water, and hydrogen, and it generates ethylene. Okay. So, it's generated from this. So hydrogen goes right behind it. All this is from mechanisms, so electrolytic separator. Water to hydrogen and oxygen. So I'm guessing this would be the machine that we start with. And then, that oxygen goes into the recipe for hydrogen. So we would be moving on from engineering to science, basically. A machine that uses the process of electrolysis to split apart a certain gas into two different gases. Now, of course, I would definitely need to make a room for mechanism, of course. And if I wanted to rebuild the thing for, energized power, I've done it before, so obviously I can just do it off screen. But the biggest and most crucial difference is now I actually have something that gives me all three types of ingots that I need. I have copper, iron, and gold. Although the gold is less commonly made than the other method I used, but it's still made entirely in one piece. It just has a 5% chance of dropping gold dust. I also have this cactus here because it gets rid of the excess, so that it can, you know, it can continue refilling and storing when I occasionally take it out. There's like a lot that I want to do, and I'm like putting this at the end of the video because I did not expect the factory must grow to be that short. I really, really didn't. But I'm not disappointed because there's a lot we can do with it in other mods. I also really want to get to know the petrol parts. Hydraulic transmission, differential, Mostly I want to get to know the pneumatic tubing and all that stuff, because some of that stuff will really come in handy. I can't be using those infinite transporting ender blocks for everything. Some of these things will need, like, I need them for special occasions, like faraway trips, or putting in drills. So, you know, there's also this that I think the way this works is I was supposed to gather the items as I went along, but because I was already so far along, it kind of won't recognize what I've already placed down. Oh, God. So, there's good news and bad news. If I can get Ancient Dust, I can run it through a crystallizer with energized glowstone to duplicate it. So I can do that over and over and over, but... oh god, that's gonna be something.